Hello, everyone. Happy Monday. Oh, I've got my disguise on. I've always wondered what would it look like if I just drew on a mustache and some eyebrows. And now I feel like I know a little bit. This is a good feeling. This is one of the lovely benefits of being on the Book of Faces is that you get to do this. I'm looking for my magic mirror so I can say hello to everybody. Oh, greetings to all. Sister Sue is here. Oh, goodness sakes, why, where, how come, oh, bad. I think, anyway, greetings everyone, happy Monday, and welcome aboard Motivational Monday. Dave, Rachel, who else is here? Let's take a look here. Keys, got pants? Nope. Good for you. Good for you. Pantsless on a Monday, as usual. Christopher, howdy doody. Darren, this day in 1858 in Bloomington, Illinois, nothing particularly interesting happened. Well, we don't know that for sure. I think that's an assumption, Darren. I think that's an assumption, but again, we don't know that for sure. I'm going to see if I can take this mustache, turn off the mustache now. You think that's going to work? You think that's going to work? Oh, it worked. Quick shave. Keith, hello from Florida. Vine, South Carolina, good for you. Yes, hello, Julie. I've removed my disguise. So it's me, Jake, everybody. Happy Monday. I'm about to go in the ocean after the show. Haven't been in the ocean yet today, but I did go to my first jiu-jitsu class Monday at noon. There was a small turnout of vaccinated and brave individuals, and I bent my thumb back. I can't. My hand doesn't work right, so I'm off to a great start. Great start. Yes, I had a unibrow, Darren. Scott, hello. Kind of resembled that opening visual effect. Well, you can't win them all. It was mustache spelled across my lip. Keys. It was a disguise that was suggested to me by the Book of Faces, and I took them up on it because why the hell not? So being back at jiu-jitsu was great. So I went to the noon class today. There's two basic instructors, and my main guy that I have taken most of my classes with is the 7 a.m. on Tuesdays and Thursday guy. So I'm going to go see him tomorrow. Hopefully my hand works again by morning. I'm really painting a great picture of how much fun it is, huh? So I went into the archive notebook for Motivational Monday today, and this is the printout of a file that's on my phone all the time. Yo, Brad. This is applicable with my little injury. I can move my thumb. It just is a little bit sore. I'm hoping the cold water is going to be helpful. I've already ice bowled it and then put some arnica on it. All right. This for Motivational Monday. These are quotes and things that I've written down, and so I have this little paragraph of ones that I thought I would do today. Motivate. Yeah, it's ready to go. There's a lot of people in the No Pants Club now, Keys. You've really started a thing. All right, don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. And I thought that was a good one. You know, everybody feels like they got to have a good cry every once in a while. You feel beat down and beaten, and you cry, and your instinct is that you're giving up. But if you think about it the other way around, I just really like that one. Don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Have yourself a cry. Pull your pants up, get right back out there. Feeling lost is part of being found. And then these ones here, I really like this. I listened to a woman on a podcast who had a near-death experience. She survived an otherwise usually fatal illness. And she came out of it feeling like the key to everything was loving yourself. What would I do today if I loved myself? And I think that's a good one. That one hits home. to me sometimes. Sometimes I'm feeling insecure and I don't feel like I can get out there and do what I need to do. I'm having a good cry. I'm having trouble pulling my pants up and getting out there and getting going. And I have to say to myself, what would I do if I loved myself? How would I take care of myself? How would I give myself the pep talk that I wish someone else was giving me right now to put me back out there on the road to where I want to be going? Your ability to work, your only work is to love yourself, value yourself, and embody the truth of self-worth and self-love so that you can be love in action. Love yourself for who you are, not what people want or think you should be. I think that's a good one too, because especially when you're young, your parents have all these desires for who they want you to be. And sometimes people think that you're sometimes people can have the wrong idea about you. They can think that you're a jerk or a loser, but that doesn't matter. You love yourself how you know you are. Sue friend, I can't believe he's calling me at 3:06. He knows better than this. Love yourself for who you are, not who people want or think you should be. Ask where I'm not being myself, how I can value myself more. First, you have to prove to yourself that you are worthy of love before you can experience it. And I think that's a true one too. Sometimes people feel like they're down on their own self-esteem, and what they really think is if someone else loved me, that would fix this whole thing. But if you don't love yourself, if you don't feel like you're worthy of love, you're not going to trust the other people that they really love you. Like if they really knew who you were, which is who you think you are, which is wrong, they would not love you. So someone else's love can't help you until you love yourself. Or if you feel like you don't have someone else loving you, ask yourself if maybe that's not you yourself who can change something about how you feel about yourself. Self-esteem is the key to high performance. That was a thing that, God, who was that guy? I can't think of his name right now, but he's a real hard-ass motivational guy, and he's really hard on the people that he's coaching. And self-esteem is the key to high performance. I really think that he's right about that you have to love yourself, you have to believe in yourself in order for you to authorize yourself to go out there and do what needs to be done for you to be successful. Man, you guys are really in a good... Nobody... Nobody's in here. Everybody's... Darren, you really need to bottle up some emotions. You also need really actually to accept yourself for who and what you are. Perfection is impossible. You do need to remember that. Yeah, nobody's perfect. We're all going to make mistakes. But you've got the right to go out there and make mistakes as much as the next guy, as much as any successful person or any quote-unquote loser, because loser is a label that other people put on you. It doesn't apply to you. You got to know better about who you are yourself. Hopefully you're not if you are sitting at home thinking, I'm a loser, you need to work on that. You need a software upgrade is what I'm trying to say. You got to upgrade your own software before you can get out there and do what needs to be done. Self-esteem is the key to high performance. So ask yourself where you're not being yourself, how can you value yourself more and prove that you are worthy of love to yourself before you can experience it from anyone else. So that's my Motivational Monday for today. That's what I wrote down here. And then also, this is one of my favorite little quotes, things that nobody likes for someone to say, hey, you need to relax or calm down. But relax the fuck up is a seriously funny thing that you can say to someone who is, as long as, I think they got to take that as a joke, even if they're being a tense, tight-wound maniac. If you tell someone to relax, hey, relax the fuck up. Hopefully they're going to laugh, and that's going to diffuse that. Scott, you're saying 45 degrees and sprinkling there this morning. You still may get a chance to wear the wool shirt that showed up in the mail a couple weeks back. Well, geez, fingers crossed. now the sun's coming back out, 72.5 degrees. Yeah, it's nice here too. We're about 72. We have these little caterpillars that are dangling from the trees. You go for a walk, and when you get back, you're covered in these things. I don't know what they are, Keys, but you got to watch out. I've been down to New Orleans before, and they have these caterpillars. I can't remember what they're called, but they land on you, and they can sting you a hot sting. That's terrible. Doesn't sound like that's what you're dealing with, but they are a Southern thing. Rachel, you love that phrase, authorize yourself. I'm glad you like that. I like that, authorize yourself too. And that's what, believe me, I think a lot of people who want to become comedians take classes in stand-up comedy, and you can learn some techniques of stand-up comedy. But the main thing you have to do is go on stage and do it. It's a thing that happens, stand-up comedy happens between you, the performer, and the live audience. It's not a thing that you can learn how to do. It's not like, oh, you can learn how to play the guitar, and then when someone sees you do it, you kill it. You know, you got to go on stage. And so what most people are taking a stand-up comedy class for is that authorization to feel like, look, I've got a right to be on stage because I just finished this class. And they don't realize, like, hey, you're in charge. You're in charge of authorizing yourself. That's not something that someone else is in charge of. You're in charge of authorizing yourself. And most of the time, when we don't authorize ourselves, it's because we don't feel worthy, and or we don't feel worth it, or loved, or whatever. And you can change that about yourself. That's software that you can change, and you can authorize yourself. Now, I wouldn't authorize myself to perform open heart surgery, but I'd authorize myself to do stand-up or sing a song at karaoke, or give someone advice on how to make a delicious Christmas dinner. Todd, you're saying I'm looking healthy today? Yeah, you know what? That may be because I went to jiu-jitsu and got my thumb bent. Expecting perfection is one of your biggest obstacles from yourself and others' pick. Yes, it's weird, isn't it? And I think that perfectionist, anytime that somebody is an external perfectionist, they're demanding perfection from others. A lot of times it's because that's what they do to themselves. Now, you want to show the same compassion, in my opinion. I think I'm on solid ground here. You want to show the same compassion towards yourself that you would show to others. In other words, I think sometimes we're hard on ourselves, but then other people make a mistake and we want to be nice. Well, give them a break, take it easy, but I've got to be perfect. And I think that can be a real pitfall. And I mean, these things can manifest themselves all kind of different ways. But yeah, that expecting perfection, everybody needs to cut themselves some slack. Of course, you want to do your best, and of course, you want to improve over time. But you also have to acknowledge that, look, nobody's perfect. Even the most perfect athletes have a bad day. Even the smartest people make a mistake. And so cut yourself some slack. Oh, Jen, thank you for the happy birthdays you missed on Friday. Well, how about some happy birthdays for Jen? And today, I've got this vintage accordion. Oh, happy birthday to you, Jen. Happy birthday, Jen. All right. We did sing happy birthday on Friday, but I just thought, since you were here in person, I would blast that out to you. Happy birthday. I have to say, this, which I've said already on the show in the context of someone else's birthday who was turning 50, that my 50s were better than my 40s. So look out. Here you come. Awesome. You had a fantastic birthday. I'm glad about that. Buckmoth caterpillars, Scott says. Is that the ones that I was talking about? I'm guessing. Rich Ebola caterpillars. I don't think there are Ebola caterpillars. Flavia, you're saying you don't like biting insects? Not a fan? Well, what a coincidence. I also do not enjoy biting insects. These caterpillars I'm talking about, they don't even bite you. It's just some kind of toxin that's on their spine. So they can just fall out of a tree and brush your arm, and you get this hot, stinging burn, like a hot, stinging burn that's so hot and stinging that you feel like you've got to go to the hospital. And it's not, they don't come out every year. They're sort of like these locusts where they're not there, and then every once in a while they show up. You've taken to calling them butterdick caterpillars. Keys, well, quality move. You can never go wrong calling someone a butterdick. Well, maybe you can. You got up to 77 there, Pick. Nice, beautiful sunny day. Took your mom for a drive through her childhood neighborhood and your childhood neighborhood. That's a pretty nice drive. Oh, Scott, you're saying the hair is like glass filament. Yeah, it's dangerously painful. It's got some toxin in it, too. Oh, you got the first Pfizer vaccine on Saturday. Brad, awesome. Congratulations. That's the one that I got. So far, so good. Hyper-focused on, Darren. Okay, Keys, you're saying these caterpillars that you've got are smaller, and when on the ground, they move like an inchworm. Interesting. Yeah, some of the caterpillars just do that little marchy leg thing like this, and some of them do the hunch up inchworm thing. Oh, that's not right. How do they go? They go like that. That's inchwormy, sort of. All right. You're Darren saying we are hyper-focused on pleasing others. We friggin' forget to be focused on making ourselves comfortable in our own skin as it is. Yeah, I think that's right. Well, I mean, I think being focused on pleasing other people is not a bad thing. But, like on the airplane, you got to put your own mask on first. You got to save yourself before you can save anybody else. You got to love yourself before you worry about loving other people. We had a little, what are you saying, Brad? You hurt your ears? I'm not sure. Did I make a loud noise? Sorry. Oh, that must have been the accordion. And the dogs. Okay, I got you now. That was rough, Wade. Yeah, I'm sure my accordion playing and singing, I can't really win that win any singing contest, but I did give it a go. So there you go. New Orleans doesn't put those caterpillars in the brochures. No, Todd, they do not. Don, you made a mistake once. You got a 99 on a spelling test when you were in third grade. Well, you're doing great. You're going to have to let go of that one, buddy. I can't remember your exact age, but that's been a while ago. Your dad always said he thought he had made a mistake once, but he was wrong. Yeah, that's a solid joke, Julie. Everybody loves that one. That's a good one. I did get this postcard. I can't remember if Laura's here today. Greetings in Oakland, but I did get this my second lovely postcard from Laura. And this one is from Las Vegas, Nevada, vintage Las Vegas, but here's the beautiful Mandalay Bay. That's the nice one if you go there. Although I have to say the Bellagio, that fountain, is worth it. So anyway, thank you, Laura, for another postcard. That was terrific. Keys, you think it's a spring cankerworm? I've never heard of those, but that sounds terrible. Spring cankerworm. Oh, I don't want to say speaking of terrible. I will say, coincidentally, I'm not quite finished, so who knows? They could save this one. But we've got HBO Max, and so HBO Max wanted me to watch Godzilla versus King Kong, and I'll admit, I also wanted to watch that. And I can say this about it. We've finally done it. We have made the cutting-edge technological version of King Kong versus Godzilla that for its time is as kind of weirdly and not amateurs, but just the story. It's just like, what? Anyway, check it out. It's free. And it does lose a little bit. I'm watching it on a tiny iPad. I bet if you go see King Kong versus Godzilla or Godzilla versus Kong on a giant 72 millimeter print with stereo surround, blah, 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 it's like a giant monkey is chasing you around a cave. And then how awesome is that? That's the sensation. When I'm not bending my thumb backwards doing jujitsu, I love to feel like a giant monkey is chasing me around a cave. And if you're like me, you're going to be super happy you watched Godzilla vs. Kong. And that's my movie review of the day. If you could compete for a $1 million prize on any reality TV show, which would you choose? Well, all of those Get Married TV shows are out because I'm already married. So I can't do any of that, The Bachelor or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not really into trivia. I don't know what TV show. I remember when they used to do the Survivor. Those ones always sort of turned like it's not really Survivor. I don't know. I don't think I want to compete for $1 million prize on a reality TV show. They have those Last Comic Standings. If those were for $1 million, would I compete on it? I guess because I don't. I mean, I'd love to win $1 million. Coincidentally, I'm only a couple $1 million short for being set for life. But I'd love to win $1 million, but it wouldn't kill me to not win $1 million because I do that every day. I fail to win $1 million every day of my life so far. So I think I could go on a show. The problem with these competition things, and I'm speaking as a guy who won a comedy competition in 1986 in San Francisco, and it was a big deal, and it was very helpful to me. But the problem with competitions is you have to have the mentality that you're going to win, that you could win, and that you're going to win. And so at the end of the competition, one person is satisfied, and all of the other people, even the person who came in second, are dissatisfied. And as much as you try and give yourself the rational, real story that, look, the odds are that even if everybody is exactly the same, the best ever, 99% of us are going to be disappointed. You still can't protect yourself from the disappointment that you feel at the end of it. So I suppose I would be interested in that $1 million comedy competition, kind of, but then it would just, my feelings would get hurt, and I'd start to feel like, oh my God, my joke was funnier than that guy's joke, and how come he came in first and I came in third tonight? And on second thought, it's not worth the trouble. I don't think I want to be on a game show for $1 million, and that's not because I don't love myself. It's because I do love myself. So there you go. Darren, you still enjoy the old Godzilla movies from Japan, the guy in the rubber suit stepping in a miniature city classic? Well, I have to say that this Kong is cutting edge technology, but they've sort of captured the best artificial intelligence CGI fake giant monkey Godzilla that looks super realistic with human beings acting with it, but they've got all of that, all of this cutting edge technology beautifully executed, and they still kind of have that zeitgeist or aura or aroma or that little subtextual flavor of lameness, and that maybe is what I'm enjoying about it most. So there you go. Pick, you want to win $1 million on a cooking show, but you'd need Uma to be the proxy. Well, Uma's going to want some of that movie. Naked and Afraid of Biting Insects. David, good one. Okay, Alan versus Pharaoh. Wow, I'm not sure what you're talking about there. Oh, Keys, you're asking if anyone's seen Alan versus. I didn't want to watch it. But heavily Pharaoh leaning. Yeah. You think lesser of Woody Allen now afterwards, Jen? Well, yeah. It's hard to defend Woody Allen. He's a little bit of a weirdo and a creep, even if he didn't molest Dylan. But anyway, Don, you got enough money to last the rest of your life unless you want to buy something. Congratulations. That's a good one. I'm going to put that down in the book of things things I'm going to say, like the other one. I made a mistake once and then I realized I was wrong. It'd be fun to do Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, Ed? Yeah, except I'm sure that I wouldn't be able to go all the way. That's my problem there. Just checking in from Augusta, Georgia, Bob. Well, congratulations. You're going to go play the golf. I'm sure that you're down there doing your thing. It's extra creepy when they start going over all his movies that are him and a much younger woman. Yeah, Jen. Well, that's been going on and creepy for a while. Of course, when I first started watching Woody Allen movies, I didn't really notice that about it because I just didn't. I thought he was funny, and it never occurred to me like, oh, Mariel Hemingway is 19 or 20 or whatever, and he must be 40. Weird. That was a lot of soul searching over that reality show question. Well, Todd, I'm trying to fill up a half hour every day, buddy, for almost a year. Thought you wrote Aliens versus Pharaoh. Now I would watch that. Godzilla versus Pharaoh. Oh my goodness. I'm in all the way in. Godzilla versus Pharaoh. Godzilla versus Kong versus Pharaoh. I like that one too, a three-way. Anyway, Predator versus Pharaoh. These are all good. Scott, you're saying Woody Allen is another old-timey music guy whose style and dedication you respect and whose entire life ethic outside of music sucks. Yeah, there you go. Godzilla versus Alien. Yeah, that's a good one right there. Or Predator. I just want to get Predator in there too. Over a year at this point. Your first anniversary was last Friday, right? I think, Ed, my first anniversary was March 26th, according to, I think Julie posted that in the chat. I did an early one, and then maybe I didn't call it the Daily Briefing until right around April 1st. But there we go. Still love Take the Money and Run. Probably your favorite Woody Allen movie, E. Benjamin. Yeah, I like those old ones too. I like Take the Money and Run. I like Sleeper. I like Bananas. Those ones I liked. But Predator versus Allen. I think you've got a winner, Jen. Congratulations on your birthday. You've won today's Woody Allen movie mashup joke contest. Predator versus Allen. No more calls. Okay, dinner time. Darren, have a great dinner. You'll get the STD later. Yeah, well, congratulations. I'm just about to do the STD. It's 3:29, and I'm going to... Rich, you didn't know about the Daily Briefing until April. Yeah, well, I wish that more people were watching it, obviously, but that's show business for you. It's 3:30 now by my watch, and I'm getting ready to go jump in the ocean. I've had my first day back at jiu-jitsu. My thumb feels slightly better just in the half hour we've been doing the show, so I like my chances tomorrow. Sleeper was your favorite, Don? Yeah, that's one of my faves as well. And now it's time for Seize the Day. Oh, but before Seize the Day, let's have a quick preview of tomorrow's Bible story, because we've sort of been pounding through the plagues and Passover, and tomorrow's Bible story is the crossing of the Red Sea. That's a big special effect, if you remember the movie. And of course, we've got a letter from Grandma, so that's tomorrow on the Daily Briefing. But now it's time for Seize the Day. Seizing the day. I'm getting ready to seize this one. Here we go. Seize the day. Today is... who shall we do today? I'm just paging through here. Ken Venturi, in honor of you. Bob Ken Venturi. I'm pretty positive he was a golfer, and if not a golf... he was a golfer. Ken Venturi. I don't believe you have to be better than everybody else. I believe you have to be better than you ever thought you could be. That's right. I don't believe you have to be better than everybody else. You don't have to be better than everybody else. You just have to be better than you ever thought you could be. But in light of today's Motivational Monday, first you got to believe that you could be better than you believe that you could be. And then you got to go out and do it. So try and believe that you can be better than you believe that you could be. And then Get on that phone that they have in Fukushima that's a payphone where you can call up your long passed away relatives, because I think Ken Venturi is now dead, and you can disagree with him on any, well, you can disagree with him on any phone that you want. So try and believe that you can be better than you believe that you can be. And I will see you tomorrow. Meanwhile, don't give up. There'll be plenty of time to give up later. Take care of yourselves and each other. It's a pleasure to be back for another week of the Daily Briefing and another week of our lives together. Love to love you guys. See you tomorrow.